Okay, I'm doing a video in the other room while my husband's playing a game because I got this really cool stuff for Christmas from my cousin in Georgia that I mentioned on my Facebook page, and I wanted to actually show it a little more than showing you in a picture. This is the one I've actually been working on. This is what it looks like. It should sound like a spool. Well, not really a spool, just a little cardboard thing. And this is how wide this one is, just so you can see. And it's fabric, basically. It reminds me of like a t-shirt fabric. The only thing I don't know, and if anyone has ever worked with anything that's come on these type of things before, is if it's heat resistant where I could make pot holders with. I think it is, but I'm not quite sure. So if you do know, if you've been around this stuff, it's from a Pellon company, a Pellon company. So if you're familiar with that, maybe you can let me know. I've done some research. Haven't quite found the exact same thing because I don't know how old these actually are. They actually came from my cousin in Georgia, like I said, but she got them from her future mother-in-law. So I'm not quite sure how long she had them before she gave them to my cousin to give to me. So, like I said, this is what it is, and I decided to use this loom. I know I use this a lot for tutorials just because of the size of it. It makes it easier to showcase stuff on. And I quickly did up a little swatch. So this is what my swatch looks like. I'm going to come in close so you can see. And you can see, I mean, I'm tugging on it. It's pretty good quality there. And this is the other side of it. So, I mean, you could almost take this, and it does kind of curl. You see how it's curling here? I just threw that together through there. That's kind of how it's going to a little bit curl in a way on your loom that you can kind of change up as you're working. And this was doing one chain in between to take it off, but you can change that out obviously. But I mean, it's got a little give, but I mean, I'm tugging pretty hard and it's not too bad. So I'm trying to figure out if I could use this as like pot holders or something like that. But the other idea my cousin had was making bags out of it. I was thinking, excuse me, some sort of blankets even out of it, or rugs, because it's really a sturdy material. I was thinking making like a rug that you would stand on in front of, like by the kitchen sink kind of thing. You'd stand on it, and I put little grippers on the bottom to keep it from sliding if your floor isn't carpet already. So I think this is just a different element to work with on the loom than using the normal yarn. So that's what I would love to say. You know, I've use whatever you can. I mean, Kristen, I believe at Good Knit Kisses, did a tutorial about using garbage bags and the way you would cut them to almost use them as yarn as well. So there's really a lot of different things out there, probably, if you really get creative and think about it, that you can use in place of yarn on your loom. Like I said, for one is this kind of just one strip cotton, and I believe there was a video company, I wish I could remember it, I want to say it's like the Missouri Quilt Company YouTube channel. I was doing some research for this, and I came across it, where they show how to take a piece of fabric, you fold it a certain way, and you sew it a certain way, and you cut it a certain way, and you would actually get one continuous, like 200 yards or feet, I'm not sure if it was yards or feet, of a material like this that you could in turn, you know, use it for quilting, but you could also use it probably for loom knitting. So look into that. Look into, I think it's called, like, I think they called it binding or bias or something, and that was regarding quilting. So if you figure out how they did that, you can turn around and buy yourself a bunch of, you know, really cheap yarn at your local, you know, craft store that you could fold if you have a sewing machine, sew it up, cut it up the way you need to, and then boom, you've got yourself some of these already, and then you can just loom it up. Now somebody asked me, well, how do you use it on loom? I did it the exact same way I would do any other yarn. I made my slip knot, which I said you take the back or the front, and then reach for it again. It's a little thicker. Now I did hide this when I worked around, but you don't really need to. But I'm just really used to it, and I just placed it on my loom like normal. I tightened it up a little bit. I grabbed all the strands, and I just worked my way around. Just so many stitches. I don't remember how many I did for that one. I was doing a swatch, so I just threw. So that's all you do is you work it around as many as you want. Work your way back through, and knit over. I mean, that's all you're going to do. That's a simple project. I don't need to necessarily show you much. When I did take this off, I will say that I did use this size crochet hook, which is a size N or a 9mm, to take it off, because it seemed to work pretty well with it because it's a little bigger. I know normally you see me use a skinny one, but I actually used a bigger one this time to take it off. And I did, for this, I did like one chain in between before I was casting it off. One chain, pick up the next loop, another chain, that kind of thing. But you can do whatever you want. So I just wanted to share this quick video to be like, you know, think outside the box. If you can find ribbon someplace, try ribbon, loom knitting that. I mean, don't feel like you're limited to yarn, because if you can get it to go around a loom, you know, peg, you can probably loom knit with it. And you could try to find lots of different other things, like some twine probably, if it's not too rough on your hands, or you could wear gloves probably and work with the twine kind of thing, and work on a project like that where you could almost make a plant holder using the I think it's called twine or something. It's a little more coarser material that you see plant holders made out of, or maybe like a wicker furniture, something like that. Anything that you could probably wrap around the loom and knit over or whatever with, try it on the loom. But I just want to show kind of like the different sizes. Like she had given me a couple that were little, so I'm trying to think of, you know, what I want to pair together. There's a couple of these that were really big. I don't know how many feet are going to be on these, but I just wanted to re-show everything and more the actual size of it. And to give you an idea, this is my loom, and this is the size of one of them. So, I mean, to give you a comparison of the different sizes that she was able to give me, excuse me, it's pretty much, I mean, there's a lot of different colors. I mean, I've got a couple shades of purple. I mean, I'm just really excited to see what I want to make out of it. I haven't tried it on any other loom besides this one, so I'm not quite sure how it would handle. I imagine on the straight looms, the pink one, which is the shortest one, it may, I don't know if it'd work that well on it because it's such a small gauge, but you won't know unless you try. So go ahead, find yourself some fabric that you could maneuver into like binding strips or whatever you want to call these. Probably like 1-inch strips. You can do skinnier if you wanted. And that's what I think is great. I mean, I know once I get through these, this is something I think will be really cool to make other projects out of. Like, I'm really excited. Where did my next watch go? I'm really excited to try making a purse bag out of this because it's so durable and everything. And I mean, it's very thick. I mean, this is just doing the one strand, and I don't know if you can tell how thick this even worked up. It's very thick, you know, not too stretchy, which I think would be great for making a bag. And like I said, rug, pretty much anything. I'm curious to see how this would work up as like a really thicker like scarf even. There's so many possibilities. Pretty much I'm thinking anything I make with yarn, I could probably make with this stuff in a roundabout way. So that's my little video. Go ahead and try to find yourself some. Like I said, the company that's showcasing like in the middle here, I don't know if you can see, in the middle right in here, it says Pellon. I don't know what year this is from. Like I said, I did get online to this company and I can't quite find these exact things, so I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for. So if you do know, comment below so that I can find out more information about it, because that would really help me out if you are an avid quilter and you're like, yeah, I've seen this stuff before. I know where we can buy more of it. Please comment below and pass on the information. So everyone, have a good night and enjoy your looming.